Toyota GR Supra sports car in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome back to OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. We're driving a 2020 Toyota GR Supra RZ. We're driving it in a special event called the Toyota Supra One Make, meaning that all the cars in the race are Toyota Supras. And we're driving it at the Autodromo Nacional Monza track. We're doing 5 laps, and we started number 10 of 10 cars, and we started with a rolling start. But these laps are decent length. They're going to take a little while to do, which is a good thing, because we're going to probably need almost all of 5 laps, if not more, to catch the lead car. As you can tell, we don't have the quick uptake. We got top end, so we can go fast, but you know, if we're having a hard time trying to catch the next guy in front of us. The one place where we do have an advantage is in the corners, but on the straights like this, I've got it floored, and we're just barely passing this guy. But then again, we've only got 10 cars on the track, so that's 9 we have to pass. So if we do 2 per lap, if we can manage that, then maybe that front car is not too far ahead. Maybe we can catch him too. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. This is an absolutely awesome car to drive. It looks gorgeous. It is very responsive. It's great on the track. It's just not as fast as you'd like it to be. And you do have to be careful of the corners. Ooh, cut into that one a little bit too fast, but that's okay, as long as you don't do it again. Now, that doesn't always work out, because sometimes I forget real soon. But anyhow, we are crossing the lap counter there of the first lap being done. So we've got only 4 laps left to go. And I'm not sure, because like normal, I always count the laps, but I forget how many cars I've counted or passed. But we can see 4 or 5 in front of us still. So I tell you, that's and the amount of cars doesn't always tell you where you are, because car number 1 and 2 could be way ahead, right? I mean, they could have split the gap a lot further than between the other cars, say for instance. So the best we can do, we tried to get him on the outside and he didn't like that. Then we tried on the inside and he didn't like that either. The best we can do is just, you know, in the areas where you can't pass, try to catch up to him, and you can push him a little bit like that. You know you're not going to get around him. I mean, it's almost impossible. You just don't have the power to get around him on the outside. Then here, where we're back in the straight section, and this is a really good long one, that's where you got to try and take him. But you can see, what I tell you, he doesn't give up easy, you know. And even then, after that, I mean, like, you come to the corner, you got to slow right down, and he can't just back up to you again. So you got to be careful of the cars behind you as well as the cars in front of you. Now, I can see 4. I can see 4 for sure over that gorgeous looking dash on the inside of this Toyota. What a beautiful car. The only way this race could have been a little bit better is if we would have had a little bit sunnier skies. It's a little bit growly looking on, not too bad over there, but on the other side of the track. Anyhow, back to the race here. We are now finishing our 2nd lap, and I can see 2 up ahead there. So if we can pass this guy, oh man, I tell you, it's a real nail biter trying to get by these guys. Wow, just unbelievable. Now we got 2 guys here and 1 way up ahead there, another one. So that's still 4 more cars. And we've just finished our 2nd lap, and we've started our 3rd. So we got 4 more cars to pass. That means we've passed 5 cars only so far. And those ones in the front, they seem to be making the gap a little bit wider. So all we can do when we come to corners like this, try and get up close behind them so that they can't get away, and then stick right with them. Like I said, you're not going to pass them here, and you're not going to pass them on this little straight section either. But around this corner, that's where we have that long straight section. Now we should be able to get by both of these if we just push it a little bit. It's difficult. Like I said, this is a tough race to win, and then when they block you out like that, it makes it even harder, right? So anyhow, as we're coming up to the little S curve here, I'm trying to stick in right beside him, but he didn't like that. So we squeezed a little bit out. Now we got another straight section here, and then we're gonna go up top around the corner, and that's the end of the next lap. That's the end of the third lap already. So with only 2 more laps left to go, and we have 2 cars right there. We'll see in a second as we come around the corner. Ooh, almost lost control of it there. Trying to go a little bit too fast. Now we'll see. We take him on the outside. See, there's a car way up ahead there still. So we'll go by him on the left-hand side here because he wasn't moving over. Oh, but this guy, he doesn't want you to go by. He's trying to squeeze you out. Boy, I tell you, that's the roughest I've ever seen him drive in Gran Turismo. They're usually not that wild. I think we'll just take him on the inside and get away from him because he was bad news. And as we're coming around the corner here now, we are catching up to what I believe is the lead car. And at this point, we're about halfway through the 4th lap. So when we finish this one, we got 1 more to go. And this guy, as you can tell, like I said, you know, the corners is where they slow down quite a bit. But if you're not close behind them, they zip away again on the straights. Now, around the corner here, this was the perfect place to pass. Watch what happens here. This guy is faster than I am, or he's got a quicker uptake, but we got the top end, but by the time we get to the high speed, we're at the corner again. So he's a tough one, but we got a good place by the grandstand where we're going to be coming up to pretty quick here. So all we can do is just floor it and try to stay with him as he's pulling away a little bit. He's gonna slow down quite a bit for the corner coming up. And that's where we gotta make our move. Once we get around this corner, we gotta take care of him because he keeps flying away on us, and we gotta get him behind us so we can block him out and we can win the race. Because that's what the OpenFed wants to do. Here we go. Around the corner where he's slowed down too much, and now we can pull away on him. We only got 1 lap left to go. Our victory lap. That is, if we make it nice and clean and don't run off the track, don't spin out. Well, I've done that before. You know, try and drive clean so that, as you can see in your rearview mirror, you can still see them. They're not that far behind you. Use the full width of the track, like I always try to preach to myself. It's funny, you know, I don't say it to you guys because you don't remember. I say it for me because I forget. You know, use the full width of the track so you don't have to slow down as much, and pay attention to the corners and slow down appropriately on the corners. Because a lot of times I try to drive too fast, especially when I'm the lead car, because like I keep saying, I don't know how hard to push it, so sometimes I push too fast and too hard, and then I drive off the track. But that's not going to happen, because this time I listened to myself and I tried to drive a little bit more safely. Keep it on the track. Don't run off the sides. You know, I think that in the long run, it's a lot more fun when you can keep it on the track. If you want to take it off the track, play a different game. Not this one. We want to stay on the track and win. This was an awesome race. It was fast. I really enjoyed driving this little car, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Until the next time, you've been racing with the OpenFed.